Finally, I want to speak for a moment about some of the misinformation that is spreading out there, particularly about vaccines, and especially in the changing environment that we have right now. Credible scientific sources for information are vital to making those important decisions for yourself and your family about your health. So I strongly encourage people to not pay attention to many of the things that are spreading on social media and Facebook and some of these posts. You need to find accurate, credible sources of information. And that, of course, starts with your family practitioner, with your pediatrician, with your pharmacist, and also the BC CDC website, which has additional information that we put up there all the time about the vaccines, about vaccine safety, about questions that people may have. But also science-based sites such as Science Up First. These are places you can go to help understand where some of these kernels of information that get twisted around happen. There's excellent information on all sorts of topics that are top of the mind for many. One of the most important ones right now is having that confidence to get children 5 to 11 protected from this virus. We're seeing it affecting younger children right now, and it's important that we protect them from this infection. It's also lots of information on the booster dose and how well it works on protecting both infection, but again, longer lasting protection from serious illness. And I want to say as well that I am very grateful for the many journalists who've been covering COVID-19 for the last 2 years, who've worked hard to make sure that what they are presenting is accurate and based on the factual science. We learn information every day, and when things change, it can sometimes lead us to believe that we've been wrong about things. But really, it's about adapting and understanding as we go. So there's a few things that are really, I can say unequivocally, vaccines do not change your DNA. Vaccines do not affect fertility now or in the future. Vaccines do protect you from infection and from serious illness. And we know that they are very, very safe. Yes, every vaccine, every medication we have does have the potential for side effects, but those are very, very low, even though we've been monitoring these incredibly carefully over the last few 2 years, well, year and a bit since the vaccines have been available. I know there's a lot of concern about the very rare side effect of vaccines that causes inflammation of the heart or the heart muscle or the lining of the heart. And again, we have seen that that can happen, but it's extremely rare post-vaccination. What we have also seen, it is much, much more common to have that type of inflammatory response in the heart muscles, in the blood vessels after infection with COVID, even with milder infections. And we've seen that in athletes and others around the world, including more recently Alphonso Davies. So I would encourage people, please find those credible information that answers your questions, particularly about vaccines, because as we are seeing time and time again, they are an important way to get us through this pandemic and to keep people out of the hospital.